9-year-old Christy was shot first, through the hand into the chest as she tried to protect herself. 3-year-old Danny was shot in the back and is now paralyzed from the waist down. 7-year-old Cheryl was shot twice from behind and died on the way to the hospital. Police searched the brush and nearby river looking for the murder weapon. The gun was never found, and neither was the shaggy-haired stranger. Police started suspecting Downs as the culprit.
Tell them what happened when we got to the hospital. And when I got there, the first thing I said was call the doctors. Second thing was the blood type. Third thing was call the cops, because they've got to find him. And so I had to remember as much as I could remember. When this man shot my daughter, my first reaction was to snap back to my childhood, to the pain that had happened to me back then, and there was nothing I could do. And I stood there and I looked at Christy reaching, and the blood that just kept gushing out of her mouth, what do? You just stand there trapped. And then the gun kept firing and firing and firing, and it was monotonous. It just kept going. It was like a slow motion picture. Firing the gun, he hit my arm. Everybody says you sure were lucky. Well, I don't feel very lucky. I couldn't tie my damn shoes for about 2 months. It is very painful. It is still painful. I have a steel plate on my arm. I will for 1.5 years. The scar is going to be there forever. I'm going to remember that night for the rest of my life, whether I want to or not. I don't think I was very lucky. I think my kids were lucky. If I had been shot the way they were, we all would have died, except maybe Danny. What do I see most is blood coming out of Christy's mouth, because that's what I see. I can't see Danny, and I can't see Cher. Sherry was laying on the floor, and driving to the hospital, I don't know the sounds that were made at the initial shooting because I was on the outside, and all I could hear, I can't hear anything but gunshots. And I can see things, you know, that's it. Driving to the hospital, I can smell blood. I can not hear Cheryl. Cheryl's not making a sound. Danny is just crying real soft. So that sound stays in my mind, and the fact that Christy's choking, and then I'm yelling at her, I'm screaming at her to roll over on her face, because I was trying to keep her from choking on her blood, and it just didn't dawn on me that she was shot in the chest and that the blood was coming from her chest, not going down into her chest. Into my house, and I had taken a gun. He had a handgun. It was the handgun that he had put to my head, unloaded and fired. Pregnant, because I miss Christy, and I miss Danny, and I miss Cheryl so much. I'm never going to see Cheryl on earth again. And you can't replace children, but you can replace the effect that they give you. And they give me love, they give me satisfaction, they give me stability, they give me a reason to live and a reason to be happy, and that's gone. They took it from me. But children are so easy to conceive.
You went one step further and said, we think you're an unfit mother.
We're going to take away this one? I don't know how they're going to do it. I'd like to see them try to take this baby from me.
Today, jurors heard that song. The din of the music thumped through the courtroom. Elizabeth Diane Downs mouthed the song's words, "I'm on the hunt, I'm after you," and moved her head and hands, enjoying the beat of the music. Jurors didn't take their eyes off of Downs. Some appeared stunned by her reaction to the song. Jurors also saw a police reenactment done by Downs on May 23rd last year. In the tape, Downs told police step by step how the shooting occurred and how the male stranger shot them. Downs says Christy was shot first, then Danny and Cheryl. Christy testified last week she was shot after Cheryl and Danny. Downs laughed frequently during the reenactment and made a joke about hitting her wounded arm against the car door.
I didn't walk in there and say, this weird person came up out of nowhere and shot us for no reason and just left. I mean, that's not a believable story. If I had done this, I could have come up with a believable story. It really happened. In 2 years' time, I had 10 separate lovers. 2 years. That's not very many. And less than half of them were married.
Diane and the children moved to Springfield, Oregon. She set up a new life in this apartment house and waited for her boyfriend to get a divorce and join her, but he never showed up. According to police, she became obsessed with trying to get him, writing him letters every day, but they would come back unopened.
According to police testimony in Ann's book, when he was first questioned by the police, with his wife, who knew about this affair.
Oh,
that he
yes, with his wife.
Yeah, with his wife. He said then that he was afraid because he believed that you had shot your children because of him.
Yeah.
And so,
I don't know what to say to that. I mean, geez, that's his problem and not mine. I mean, that's his paranoia and his fears. Give me a break. I'm not the one that said that.
what I want to talk about, and I think you need to address this, Diane, because as I said, there are lots of people who are hearing this story for the first time, seeing you for the first time. And you are a woman who is serving life plus 65 years for shooting your children in the back, in the chest. One of your children is now dead. And you tell this story like you're talking about going to the state fair. And so you need to